Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Ryviews.com. I'm here in part 4 of my Gemcraft 2 Tips and Tricks series, talking about battle traits. Right now, this is my last one that I'm planning. Feel free to leave comments if you want to, about more that you want me to do. But this is all I can think about doing right now, so feel free to, if you want me to go through some more stuff, I guess I can talk about achievements and whatnot. Anyway, I guess I'll see if these are popular first before I move on. This is potentially going to be a short one. I don't know how much I have to say about these, but I figure I'll give my 2 cents on it anyway. As you can see, I don't have all of them yet, but I'll talk about the ones I do have. You unlock these throughout the game with skill tomes, I think. And so basically, they're unlocked. Well, you do that, and then after you're done with a skill tome, they're available to you for the rest of the game. They aren't automatically kicked in. You have to pay shadow cores to use them. Just like skill points, they cost more the higher level it is. So like level 7 costs 7, and so forth. Level 1 cost 1. So if you want to put level 1 in all these, it's cheaper than taking 1 to level 6 or whatever. Basically, they will increase the difficulty of the match, and they give you an XP multiplier. So if you level up this all the way, you get this XP multiplier of times 3.1, and it costs you 28 shadow cores, and as I mentioned last time, they only get charged if you win the match. If you lose, then they get refunded, which is a very nice feature. So basically, when you're in the game, don't be scared away. It gives you the base XP in-game. When you get outside, it applies that multiplier and gives you like the full XP. That freaked me out the first time. I thought I'd wasted something or did really badly, but no, it multiplies it afterwards. So that's not so weird, I guess. And you can stack them. So if you apply, several of them at one time, see you're getting your XP multiplier higher, but it doesn't multiply by each other, so it adds the two together. So that's not super useful. Frequently, I only tend to use one at a time, so that way I'm not overloaded. I feel like it kind of loses some of it if you just die right away, make it too difficult. Obviously, if you're really good, you might be able to counteract that pretty well, but otherwise, right now I just kind of apply one at a time. Lots of these, for one thing, I think some of them make it more difficult than others. Like here, okay, giants always kick my ass late in the game. So if you're making a giant have 30% thicker armor, that's a big frickin' deal, okay? I mean, that's difficult. I never use this one. I don't think it's worthwhile, okay? Honestly, I don't think it's worth the mana you get. Some of these, like, so this one, okay, at lower levels, this hardly hurts you. You're still getting the full mana, okay? It just doesn't happen automatically. So this one can easily be worked around. That's a pretty good one to apply without damaging you too much. The beacons can really kick your ass. Okay, I do not like this one because it's very difficult. Late in the game, it could be more useful when you have a lot of starting mana to knock out beacons immediately. And depending on the map, if you can keep the monsters away from the beacons, it might not really matter that much. So a beacon in the middle of nowhere does not matter whatsoever. So then it's free XP, but sometimes, if the beacon's right there and it's giving monsters shielding, not really worth it in my opinion. This guy, certainly in the main portion of the game, without endurance, this is hardly bad. Quick Wavestones, I mean, you lose some XP if you're going to call them early, but otherwise, pretty early on, you can go back and play levels and, and call them really fast, so this is a pretty easy way to get an XP multiplier without having to bother calling moves early. It kind of does it for you, if that makes sense. Swarmlings is usually pretty easy to kill, so and in this case, it's not really even giving them any bonuses other than just not letting them get slow or frozen as much. It doesn't give them extra hit points or anything. So depending on your playstyle, that might not even really bother you if you don't use skills that much. For me, I like skills, but this is not a deal breaker. I think I can live with that one. This one, I use all the time. This is my favorite one, and I'll tell you why, okay? This one, right away, okay, when you start the match, this does nothing but help you. It basically lets these little orblets appear, and you get plus 5% mana gain until they're taken. And when they say taken, it means they're out of the battlefield, not when they're touched, okay? So that's an important thing to note, so remember that. But then once they leave the battlefield, once a monster takes it from your orb to the edge, then you lose 10%. Okay, and there are 9 orbs when you level up all the way. So you can see your level 1 is 3. Okay, so that's why 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it gives you plus 45% or minus 90%. So once they're all gone, you're pretty much screwed forever. Okay, so it will prematurely end the map for you. But if you think about how much mana you're able to gain before they touch your orb. Okay, it's phenomenal. Okay, now once again, as I mentioned early on in video 2, I guess, if you're someone who likes to cycle through, building mana with orange gems and traps, this strategy doesn't work for you because they'll touch your orb all the time. But for someone like me, I don't like them touching my orb at all until I'm effectively letting everyone touch their orb. I like trying to keep them away as long as possible until everything goes to hell. So in that case, until that happens, I'm getting plus 45 mana, and I'm getting a huge XP multiplier. It'd be stupid not to do this every single time for me. Okay, but with my playstyle, that's what I do. And almost every time, even with new levels, if I can stave off probably the first 1 or 2 waves, and probably like the first 5 waves, then I'm pretty solid until it gets to endurance mode. Okay, like I can usually do really well, not have them really touch the gem at all, not touch the orb at all. And even if they do touch the orb, once again, if you stop them before they leave the battlefield, the orbs slowly go back to your tower. So even if they touch it, it's not a problem. It doesn't decrease anything until it leaves the battlefield. You can even minimize the damage if you're able to kill them quickly afterwards. The one issue I have with that, though, is that whenever they steal it, it's hard to target priority them. I don't think even putting it on special really helps. So usually I have to click on them specifically, and if it's a large clusterfuck of enemies, it's impossible to really click on them very well. So I hate that. I wish there was a target priority for people carrying orblets. But otherwise, this is a fantastic battle trait. I always use it. I think it's great. Okay. Once again, until they touch your orb, it's nothing but extra XP and extra mana. Okay, it's fantastic. So, as soon as you unlock this, I highly recommend using it. Replay some old levels with it. I guarantee you'll notice a difference. Especially if you have leveled up your that mana gain skill. Having that extra 45% mana will help you reach milestones faster, which then helps you recharge mana faster. So it all just kind of builds in itself. It's fantastic. Okay, it's a great way to get lots and lots of mana really fast. And yeah, so I don't know what these other 3 are. You could probably find a walkthrough that would tell you. So I guess go to a competitor for that, I suppose. But for me, I'm helping you out in any way I can. So I hope you enjoy this. I might post some more of these once I've actually finished the game. But I wanted to get these out, when it's still relatively new, in case some of you are just picking up now and if you need some help. So yeah, feel free to comment, questions or whatever. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer. And I enjoy doing these videos, so I'll probably do some more for some other games sometime soon. But I want to start with Gemcraft because I feel like it's probably a pretty popular game, and hopefully these actually help people progress through the game a little faster. Once again, feel free to visit me at www.ryviews.com for more content. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye-bye.